Since TikTok is going away in about, 10 hours or so here in America, and I'm in a mood of unapologetic candor, I feel the need to respond to a man named Eric Rosenfield, who I used to be friends with many years ago. I have not thought about him, I have not cared about him, and I have held my tongue in all that time about what a toxic, complete, total fuck-up this guy is. And I am going to fucking spill tea because he's been talking shit about me. Well, Eric, what goes around comes around. You want to impugn me without citing a specific incident? I'm going to tell the fucking world about what a piece of fucking garbage you are and why I ended our friendship. So, I met Eric many years ago when I was involved in the books world. And he was very much in the science fiction fantasy realm. Now, I read widely. I read everything. I read literary, all genre. I didn't care as long as the fucking work was good, okay? And Eric and I decided to organize a series of events at a Brooklyn bookstore where we would have authors come in and we'd do little comedic bits. We had Brian Francis Slattery, great fucking writer, great human being, come in with his fucking band and play. This was a really cool fucking offering. And the problem was that Eric made a lot of authors very uncomfortable, especially women authors. They were extremely uncomfortable because of Eric. He was very in your face and to the point of harassment. So I had to do a lot of fucking damage control to keep the peace with the science fiction publishers and what we were trying to promulgate. It was an effort to unite, to get literary people to read genre and show that science fiction and fantasy is real literature. One author who he made deeply uncomfortable is now a well-known MacArthur Fellow winning author, rightly so. I'm sure you know who she is. I'm not going to name that name. I don't want to get her involved in this. But there just came a point where this guy was so toxic and I got so sick and tired of having to cover up his fucking messes that I was out. And there was one time in which I went to a Chinese restaurant with him, my girlfriend at the time, and his now wife. And while we were sitting there, there was a worker who obviously had worked a long shift. He was sitting alone at the table. Probably had 20, 30 minutes to eat his fucking food. And Eric went up to this poor man and harassed him and asked him what he was eating and demanded to fucking eat this guy's soup, which he did because this poor guy didn't want to lose his job. And that to me was the fucking final straw. To be such an insensitive, clueless prick, to terrorize someone who is probably working for minimum wage and tips at best on his rare time off, having no understanding of the way that humans work, having no fucking empathy. That was the line in the sand for me. And I was sick and tired of cleaning up his fucking messes. So I, got angry at him and I shouted at him over this, which I think any person with of decency and empathy probably would. And I ended the friendship. And I didn't look back. I honestly didn't. He really didn't contribute to my life at all. But now, 15 some odd years later, he wants to talk shit about me, about what a terrible fucking person I am. I am telling you that if you ever meet this guy, this short, squirrely idiot, have nothing to do with him. He is toxic. He makes everyone around him uncomfortable. And I wasn't the only one cleaning up his messes. We thought, he's a young guy. He's just got a little energy. I mean, look, I attended this wedding, and it was me who got him to dance with his wife at his own fucking wedding. That's the kind of motherfucker I am, right? It never occurred to him that his wife was sitting there wanting to fucking dance at his own fucking wedding. I got them to dance, to the best of my ability. That's who I am. He is someone who doesn't think about anything other than himself and makes everyone around him uncomfortable. He is a toxic piece of shit. And Eric, if you want to call me a fucking asshole, I would suggest that you look in the mirror. I may be a loud and rambunctious and iconoclastic motherfucker, but I actually have a sense of decency that you don't.